What's up, y'all? We are starting. We're doing some stuff. We're trying it out. If we hate it, well, we won't do it again. It's that easy, right? We are going to do a little live streaming, but I mean, right now we're just gonna set it up with audio only, just because it's the easiest way to do things right now. Uh, it's real life stuff. What I'm trying to do, in case you're wondering, is figure out why ESPN is telling me that UTSA and La Tech is going to play at 6:30, right? And then I'm looking over here on ESPN Plus, and it's telling me it's going to start at 7:30. Well, I'd like to watch that game. So if they can figure out when it's happening, that would be great. Let's see. Number one. Here we go. Now it's saying it's going to play. That's always fun. All right. So it's starting there. Over on the other side, sometime around 7. We should get a little UTEP and North Texas. That's going to be on Stadium streaming. Our favorite streaming one. It's nice and awkward. But it's free though, right? You can watch it on like landline TV. I could probably switch the input on my television. See if I could do that right quick. And then outside of all that, on another, like right around the same time, we should get Middle and USM. So I'm waiting for that one to start. We'll get a little UTSA, Louisiana Tech up front, starting first, and then figure out what else happened. In case you missed everything else, right? UAB just dominated Charlotte. Was it 37-11 at half? I watched a little bit of that one as I was kind of, moving over this way. And, well, I don't even know what to say about it. We thought that UAB was going to be good. We thought that maybe, the Charlotte, they play like, what's the word? What is the nicest word to say? They're inconsistent, right? And it all adds up to, I don't know, a blowout, I guess, right? I don't know if you can be happy with that if you are um, if you're a fan of Charlotte. You look so good against Western Kentucky. You look so bad in this one. Um, you know, not good all around. I'm not happy. I don't think you're happy. Um, I'm just kind of sad that we're not getting good games. You know what I mean? Where's the good games, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I want to see. Event about to start over here. That's what it says. There we go. I had to like stop it, start it again. Okay, there we go. The problem with talking like this is I feel like an old man now. I feel like my dad. I guess that's what's just gonna happen to me in this world. Like, what? Is this not working? Why is it not doing what I expect to do? Jeez. what do we have? We have Louisiana Tech in white, home white. UTSA road blues, little navy blue there. And I mean, I love ESPN Plus's stream. For whatever reason, whenever Tech plays on anything else, it looks weird there. I don't know if they made any changes to the court. I had to ask La Tech Report about that. Nice play, nice cut. I always talk about this. You want to make scoring easy, right? Like that's the whole game. If you have a dude that can score difficult shots, let's save those shots until the end of the game when the defense is going to be locked in and all that other good stuff. But the rest of the time, let's make it easier on everybody. Yeah, you don't want Kenneth Lofton leading the break there, do you? Get a little crazy with it. See, like right there, Javon Jackson hits that shot, fadeaway jumper from the top of the key, but like what? What are we doing there? I don't love it. It was a long 2 pointer. You can probably get a better shot. I think now's the time to run some offense for Germany. Is he mustachioed right now? Number 24 for UTSA. Kenneth Lofton, such a good passer from in the post. Not not when he's running the break, but in the post, and bullies Germany inside. I think I wrote in like the little preview here that I think we're gonna see Lofton and Gordon just bully ball UTSA inside. That was something that North Texas was not really able to do because Zach Simmons is a little light. So they were kind of evenly matched there, and he got in foul trouble, so it was kind of a wash. If UTSA made any progress, it was in that game in that area, right? But I think Tech is gonna just be too much for him. Oh, look at Crawford with the dribbles, and Lofton with the putback. Oh man. Let's see if we can update the score here, guys. I was gonna do this like dynamically, but that would take a long time. What is it? 2-6. Yeah, like I said, everything's gonna be delayed on this one. YouTube. YouTube is what is it, about a 5 second delay or something like that, based on what I could tell. Usually it's not really a problem because they're not watching anything live stream, and I didn't want to get anybody upset by streaming the ESPN Plus thing here. So like I said, nobody plan on me giving you the free access. You're gonna have to pay your money, and just kind of hit pause and sync it up a little bit. Right now, just for you wondering, it's 17:46 in the first. UTSA has 2, La Tech with 6. So what else are we talking about here? The that UAB game, they just dominate. They look a lot better. They look real good. As evenly matched as not Tech, as Charlotte and Western Kentucky looked a couple weeks ago, and then I guess Tech and Western Kentucky looked. This is as unevenly matched as UAB and Charlotte look. UAB looks really good, which I know will make certain Twitter people happy. Western Kentucky looked good against Marshall, and Rice jumping out to a 10-point win over Old Dominion. That was something I said. It's kind of like an intro, right? Everybody's been wondering, is Rice going to be any good? Well, turns out, yeah. Old Dominion has a nice defense. They're deliberate. They can't ever score anything, but they can defend. And this one, they didn't really defend. Rice had 42 points in the first half, and then Old Dominion with their little 29. It was a little evenly matched in the second half, but it was pretty much done by then. Couldn't catch up. So you can see the ESPN broadcast here has the little what do we call it? The little blurb talking about UTSA being one of the only teams to win here. I think North Texas won on that buzzer beater last season, and then obviously Marshall won to start this one. Maybe it's not so formidable. I don't know. Tech's coming out in a little press coverage. I like that's one way to get these guys out of rhythm, but they're such good one-on-one scorers, meaning Javon Jackson, Keaton Wallace, that I don't know if that's going to pay off a lot of dividends. Might be standard tech stuff just to break up the everything and not let them get some easy, walk up into your offense stuff out of a timeout, full court pressure. So last week, North Texas pressed up on Wallace and Jackson a ton, like real high up in the backcourt, forcing them to drive and like make others do some things. It worked really well in the first game, and not so much in the second game. But they didn't really try it as often, so it was kind of hard to tell. I think they were trying to preserve their legs or something, just because it was a back-to-back game too, that kind of deal. Um, Not sure. I think it might have paid off a little bit better that way. So what is it? 5-12. Tech is up. Just kind of doing what they do. I don't really see anything unusual. Nobody's having to work hard on either end. UTSA has a terrible defense, so that is unsurprising that way. Tech is making it tough on UTSA to get in the stuff that we've seen the pressure already. We've seen just the normal good defense, leaving Keaton Wallace a little too open there, but whatever. It's paying off. Up by 7 early after 5 minutes. A little variation on the horns concept. Got Gordon rolling, wide open, beautiful stuff. Now, UTSA was not ready for that, and Andrew Gordon, easy buckets. He didn't really. There was nothing special about that. There, he just set a screen, rolled to the basket, was wide open, get buckets. When you're big, was he 6'11", something like that? You can lay the ball in without much impediment, and that's what he did right there. What else is happening right now? So I'm looking around too. I'm not talking. I probably should just say something here, huh? I think what we want to do right here. We can do a little of this. That way y'all know what's happening here. That it's not me just dying. So UTSA loves to just walk up there, right? Just walk up shots. I think you gotta stop that kind of stuff if you're the defense. But I think a lot of times it doesn't matter because you're gonna get a lot of buckets the other way. So you can kind of take the rest of the team out of the game and just say, you know what, Keaton Wallace, Javon Jackson, let them get their combined 50 points in this game, and we'll win because we can score more than 50. And when they turn the ball over a ton, easy buckets the whole way. Early 6-point lead for Louisiana Tech. So we have a couple of people. I don't know. It's kind of back and forth. Y'all let me know if you like this, if you hate it. After a while, we'll see what's up. At about 7, we're gonna switch over flip around a little bit, so things might be out of sync. I'll try to sync y'all up, let you know what's happening. I think maybe next time I can keep the scoreboard up so we just see what's happening. Maybe do some video, but I mean, it's kind of weird. You don't look. You're looking at me. You're looking at the game. Whatever. You can keep it up in another window, but I think that kind of is distracting. You let me know, right? All right, sorry. I was doing a post real quick. Where are we? 16-8. Louisiana Tech with the lead. 13-15 left in the first half. What's the dude named Kobe Williams again? I swear, too many people in this conference, and I mixed them up eventually after a while. Good defense by UTSA. They're blocking the lob. That's the first instance of good defense I've seen. A lot of the other misses by Tech have been just misses, I guess, right? Just straight up take a shot, miss a shot. Little full court pressure. That's not really pressure. He's just kind of picking him up earlier in the backcourt, but that's not really pressure to me. More Horns concept. You see Gordon roll into the bucket every time they do that. They sometimes switch it up where he'll come up and get the ball, and then they'll do like a UCLA cut or some kind of cut where somebody will a guard will dip in and then Gordon or Lofton will find them back there. Bad offense from UTSA, getting stuck in the air. Don't know what you're gonna do with it. So let's see. I didn't see it. Substitutions. It's kind of hard to look at it. We got Crawford, Lofton, Williams for La Tech. I forget this other guy's name just by sight. And Javon Jackson. Basically second team front court for UTSA, and then they got Jackson and Wallace. They play a ton. Not a whole lot of staggered minutes. That makes sense. Your two best players, let them play. I look at that highlights. I really do like Andrew Gordon. He's always doing the right things. He's not Patrick Ewing or somebody like this, right? He's not Shaq, but he plays a good big man type game where he rolls to the rim. You throw him the ball, they'll catch it and score. He doesn't need to do a ridiculous dunk. He can, score around the rim, off the glass, dunk it, little mini hook, this, that, and the other. All those things are just absolutely necessary for your big men in this game. sets good screens. That's another thing, right? Too many dudes don't do good screens. Just a lot of good. If you find me talking about that guy a ton, that's why. Because he's good. He's good at what he does. What's going on over here? College Hoops Insiders. I think I'm done watching talking heads from like work Zoom meetings, and all the way to TV. I am absolutely done in watching people talk, looking at me on the screen. I can't do it anymore. So I'm looking. I forgot to do multicast on this thing. I'm waiting for this next game to happen. I wish you could customize your settings and say set it up and say I want these games to be ready, available to me. Like, it's cool that I can watch Marist versus Fairfield women's basketball on ESPN3, but order them. You have all this information about me, and I happily give you more information all the time. Just have it here for the things that I want to watch, right? I see the Bucks at Mavericks if I want to watch some NBA there, but like Texas State, Arkansas, Little Rock, no thank you, not right now. I gotta swipe, look, find, see when this USM game's gonna come on, just so I can kind of have it set up. The TV I'm using here it's kind of an older TV. It's a solid TV. This thing's been working for me forever, but it's not as good as like my regular, like good TV in the other room, and so it's a little bit more finicky. It doesn't switch channels as fast. So I'm just, I think I'm gonna watch the UNT UTEP game on my phone in like 10 minutes, but that's not as fun, right? Good rebound there by, I forget this dude's name. Number 20 for UTSA. You probably can pull it up, but I just don't have it. I don't want to be switching tabs too much. So Jackson on, Wallace off. This is one of the few times where we'll see a little stagger. Look at that. See, remember I was telling you earlier that the La Tech big men will occasionally take a pass instead of setting a screen or fake it and rolling. They'll get the ball and then find a cutter, a little UCLA cut, easy buckets. They get easy buckets this way. They didn't against Western Kentucky late in the game. That's a limitation of their offense, that they don't really have a whole lot of second, third, fourth actions off of that. And that's typical of college basketball teams. It's usually one or two actions, and then you maybe get out of that and just go ISO or like go to pick and roll. But right here, so far so good. They're getting everything on the first action, which again tells you how bad UTSA's defense is. If you want to see how bad a team is, one, how many layups are giving up, or how many wide open shots are you giving up, and then two, how many times does the first action result in one of those shots that you're taking? And so far, by my unofficial count, I'm just trying to count off the top of my head, it's been, 80% of the trips down the floor that Tech is scoring off the first action, right? Before it was set up horns, walk into the screen, roll, and he's wide open, get a bucket. And right there, Lofton found somebody for easy layup. And this last one, I'm not sure exactly what the call was, but a little bit of that there. And on the other side, see, UTSA, it's pass. He's looking for the ball back. Well, they got a little back cut there. But that was more of a breakdown on defense than it was, designing the offense. Here we go. Roll to Lofton. Easy bucket again. You got finished at Lofton. But again, first action for Louisiana Tech. Early offense for UTSA. Nothing doing. There we go. There's second, third, fourth action for UTSA. Again, that's how you can tell that Louisiana Tech is such a good defensive team. They force you into the next thing. You always know the first play. Look, Crawford, coast to coast, easy stuff. Easy stuff all day. I'm just retweeting this over here. All right, sorry, I was looking at Twitter for a second. I mean, Tech, like, shot on the line. What are you doing there? That's bad details. But easy rebound, pull it back, reset the offense. Again, Horn's concept. Well, they walked into it and then reset. Decided to get lost in the ball on the pivot, and I don't think he saw his teammate there. He saw somebody was open, right? But he just missed everybody. So that's what I get for praising how good of a passer he was. Now he's turned the ball over twice doing that. Let's see. What else do we have here? That was a nice back cut from Wallace. Both Wallace and Jackson are really good off the ball, right? For UTSA, if you're a UTSA fan, a lot of good stuff that they do. They just don't really have everything else. You know what? I haven't been updating this. Let me do this right here. There we go. Now I should update. Y'all hate that slow jam loop? It was getting a little bit on my nerves now. Still hasn't updated here. Let me make sure this is updating. Yeah, it's updated. All right, sorry. I keep pausing like that on you without letting you know. I keep doing other things here. It's like a work habit. You know, bad offensive rebounding from Tech there. I think you don't. You kind of lose when you play teams that are not good, right? And like defensively, UTSA is not really good. I think that kind of builds bad habits for you, right? You start, checking on this or that. You're like, yeah, well, I don't have to try so hard because we're gonna go down the court and get easy buckets the other way. Sorry, that was stadium feed blasting its sound at me. I was at 14-25, Louisiana Tech up top, and they're just getting anything they want at the rim. Pull up three for UTSA, wide open. Yeah, I'd call a timeout there too because one, nobody's picking up anyone. Like, yeah, he pulled up a three in transition, but there was nobody running with him. Wallace had the ball, passed it up, and then he had plenty of time to pull up and shoot that three. What are you doing? I would be upset as well if I were the coach, Eric Cole. Is this pin? Yeah, that pin message is like terrible. There's a chat there, and I've been saying stuff, but it is like hiding everything. So I do apologize there. Still nothing over here. Y'all let me know when the USM game starts, which is supposed to start at 7, and when the North Texas game starts. Because it's supposed to be right about now, but, for like all day, the UTSA Louisiana Tech game was like, oh yeah, we're going to start at 6:30, but then the ESPN Plus game said, yeah, 7:30 for this game, guys. So you can tell how much they pay attention and they care about us. We who want to watch this game. So what is happening here? Let me just update something else. So y'all do me a favor if y'all like this kind of stuff. Let me know in all the ways that you can. Let me know. You can tweet at me. You can email me. Was it email or just Adam at CUSAReport.com? That's good. Nice old school email. Like, dear sir or madam, I did not enjoy your broadcast for the following reasons. I like all that stuff. Let me know what's good or bad. Um, we don't always say, hey, look, this guy said this was good, so therefore we're doing it more, or this guy said it was bad, so we're doing it less. You have a little bit outside influence because it's hard to tell what people like or don't like. All we can do is just kind of go by the response. Like one thing I know people love is like the power rankings. Those are outsized uh, responses to those, heated responses. So I mean, we do them more, right? We kind of change up some of the ways we were doing it. Anyway, back to the game. Javon Jackson pulls it out, and he wants the game. He wants the ball back. He didn't get it. Sorry, I got an alert about this UTSA, I mean, UNT UTEP game, and then I tuned to it, and then nothing happens. So, you know how that goes. See, USAA is advertising to me again. I think about Keaton Wallace is that he likes to go in right and pulling up, which it often happens, right? Like, because he's left handed. So if you're right handed, usually you drive left, pull up, it's easier for you. But typically, like shooters, you can kind of go either way. But he really loves shooting like that top of the key three. He does the angle one, and then definitely the top of the key one. Meanwhile, Stadium has Chris Hassel and Danny Klubinger on the call for UTEP, North Texas in Denton. So we'll be talking about both those games, guys. In case you're wondering, if you're just like here for one or the other, we're gonna talk about all the games as they come up, and I'll try to let you know what I'm watching. What we'll do, you know, something happening. We'll switch and focus on it, but I'm mostly gonna be watching one or another for like 5 minutes until it's time to switch over. So as it's happening right now, Tech and UTSA have been playing. It's about to be halftime, so it might be an easy break for us. UTSA making a little comeback, and it's a little bit junky their play, but that's how they. I think that's kind of part of their style. It throws you off because it's a little awkward. You're like, man, is anybody else going to get involved in this offense? And then all of a sudden, Jackson hits another three in your face. And then you get a little sloppy on offense because, you're like, oh man, I don't have to try as hard. I just cut, and then you think it's an opportunity for you to just get big buckets, and then you start breaking the offense. And when you don't have offense, all of a sudden, the lead shrinks. So I say all that, and that's roughly what's been happening here. We can't say, "Wow, that was great play by UTSA." You're just like, "Oh well, busted play. They got a bucket. What is it? Ali Junior got an easy bucket, easy three, timeout. Okay, talk about it. Try to run some offense. Somebody puts the ball on the floor, nothing happens. Good in your set. There you go. Still like pregame over here in the North Texas game. In case you're wondering. All right, sorry, I'm looking for something over here. All right, sorry. Again, sorry for going quiet on you guys. I don't mean to do that. Um, oh, big block. Oh, and he got a rebound. What is that? Yeah, so I looked down and I didn't see who it was, but the tech dude was going at the rim. He is attacking, gets blocked at the rim. UTSA is feeling real nice and good about themselves. Turns around, the ball bounces right back to Kristen, and then he goes up and under, easy bucket. So 27-22 in this one. We're still waiting on some. What's the word? Waiting on everything else to start. This game has been. I mean, it's not super amazing. A little sloppy here and there. And UTSA's clawed their way back in it after Tech just basically dominated, did whatever they wanted early and often in that I guess first quarter. They're doing a better job defending the roll. I think when Germany's in there, they get a little bit better. But I mean, he was getting burnt earlier by Gordon and Lofton. Little zone here. Look at Lofton pull up jumper. He can hit that. That was a little straight on, little line drive from him. Nice. That was beautiful. Beautiful from Javon Jackson. A little dance, pull back. But he hits it long too. You'd like him to shoot that at from three, right? All that, got down one. It could have been tied. Tech has had a couple of moments in all four of their games where they get stuck on offense. Right there, Lofton gets blocked. Easy bucket to Germany. Look at that. And one. Tech getting a little of that UTSA disease and allowing an easy roller in there. They tried to defend it, but the guy was too short. Like again, good stuff by UTSA. I saw better offense just in the last like two or three possessions. Um, but I mean, you got Kenneth Lofton on Ivy Curry there. He's not going to win that one. Some weird switches by Louisiana Tech after playing such good defense earlier. You know. Meanwhile, over on the other side, UNT UTEP just tipped off. I'm excited about watching this game here too. A good UNT squad, a talented UTEP team. You know, a lot of bricks early from this game. North Texas up 2-0, but a lot of movement on offense, and then nobody making anything. Um, oh, big block from what was that Bell? Thomas Bell. Oh, and on the other side, Keaton Wallace with a nice acrobatic layup on it over here. So if you're wondering how I'm watching this, I got UTSA La Tech on the TV, and then over here on my phone, I have UTEP and UNT. So the good news about North Texas moving the ball so slowly is that like when they inbound the ball, I know it's gonna be like 10 seconds before anybody does anything, and then like UTSA will have got up like two shots. Yeah, see, I see it. UTSA is about to get up their second shot, and North Texas had just finished their possession for the turn. All right, so now we have all three games up, ladies and gentlemen. Middle Tennessee, Southern Miss. I can't. I think the problem with doing it this way is it's difficult to see who exactly was doing anything. So I apologize there. It looks like Ladavius Train just took a terrible three against Middle, and UTSA has a timeout. And meanwhile, on the other side, Sully boom. I can see that because I have my phone in my hand. You know. So, this Tech UTSA game, I thought Louisiana Tech is playing the better basketball, but got lazy, and UTSA is taking advantage of them. You can't sleep on UTSA. They're still a talented team. They were struggling for a little bit. Like now you've allowed yourself to be in a situation where Wallace and Jackson get a little rest, right, for this last minute or two here, 15 seconds here, and they're going to be refreshed, ready to take over the game in the second half. Tech has some trouble executing already. We saw that the last couple of weeks. So, a concern, right, if you're a Tech fan. But when they want to play defense, like right there, they force Jacob Germany to throw a terrible pass up in the air. Um, they're good. They can play some good defense. All right, commercial in the North Texas game. So let's talk some Southern Miss and Middle Tennessee. Um, I haven't watched a lot of Middle. That I'll start watching. Nothing's happening. Nothing super exciting, and then I switch over, and then I find out that they lose or something like that, and I gotta watch it. When I say I haven't watched them live. That's mostly what I mean. I have to watch it on delay. Like when you're choosing these, like Middle's not really expected to do something this season, so a lot of the games that I choose to watch live or watch first or tweet about or any of those things are usually the more important ones. Um, like typically today, I would have loved to watch those other ones, but I was working, right? Real life job type stuff. I like a lot of Southern Miss's players. Just a lot of talent, right? Jerron Pierre, talented. Tyler Livingston, he can score. I think he's been the leading scorer in every game. A lot of good stuff. But I tweet or I say, yeah, that these guys are not really ready. They're not going to compete. They're not going to be the guy in like your really good offense, that kind of thing. Um, you can see it right where like they get into a game because of effort and stuff, but they're not really, they're not out executing a good team. That's a concern when you go up against a team that has a good defense. Like Tech will defend you really good. West Kentucky has a lot of talent. They'll defend you really good. Old Dominion usually really defends you really good, really well, I should say. Right, sorry. So those are my concerns around them. You can see how they're going to be a good team. They're losing a couple of guys in the next couple seasons, but in basketball you can get a lot of transfers. I said, you like that? Look at that, running the floor. Harris gets an easy bucket. Um, Middle Tennessee's already turned the ball over 4 times. I think Southern Miss is going to win this game through that. They're just so active, a lot of talent, a lot of hands. Um, there you go, another turnover. Easy stuff. Bad pass there, getting a little loose with it. And another turnover right back to him. That was terrible basketball. A terrible basketball sequence. If you're not watching live and you're trying to figure out what exactly happened, Middle driving the ball, turns the ball over. Okay. Southern Miss, fast break, try to find Davis Drain in the corner, turns the ball over. That same dude trying to pass the ball up ahead, tries to throw it over Ladavius Drain. He intercepts the ball and fires it inside for a foul. Non-good basketball over there. All right, commercial there. Let's look at North Texas and Utah. Slow, lot of actions. I talked about teams that have good actions or don't have good actions, and Louisiana Tech is they have a good was it initial first couple two actions. They get stuck. They're like, all right, what do I do? Again, in college basketball, a lot of times what you need or what you want is um, a guy that could just get a bucket on his own, and all you need is like probably the first couple actions. You know what I mean? So I totally recommend. You find yourself that guy that could break the play, get a bucket on his own, but you need. Sorry, I'm typing at the same time. Um, but you need a guy to get a you need a guy to get a bucket on his own, right? I said that, but you have to make it easy because you need those other points. You could find a lot of talent or something like that. You just have like three guys that can score, like the Brooklyn Nets or something. But typically, you want to find easy buckets through your offense, and then let your skilled scorers get in rhythm by finding points in the offense. And then late in the game, time to get a bucket. All right, second, third action didn't work. Let's get the ball to our scorer, right? If you're FIU, Antonio Day. If you're FAU, Jalen Ingram. UTEP, you got Eric. I was say Eric Bieniemy. You have Jamal Bieniemy. North Texas last year, you were great giving the ball to Javion Hamlet, who can get into the lane, find that little floater and whatever. Not so much this season. It's not so much that he's been bad. It's just that he hasn't been as good. You know. Sorry, just moving locations a little bit over here. I really like North Texas defense. Just so much good over there. Everybody's always defending with effort. Um, Jamal Bieniemy is good for UTEP. He can get into the lane. He can get easy buckets whenever he wants. I think UTEP just. I've written that they need a better team. And I think it's like the other things. They don't have like good offensive actions that I've seen to get them easy buckets. They're a little discombobulated on defense. It's not my favorite to watch. Still watching some North Texas here. A lot of turnovers inside, like unforced things. I saw a couple dudes. Was it 11? I think it's like JJ Murray or something like that. He like getting a little pick and roll action, driving into the lane, turns the ball over because he expects his teammate to be in the corner and he's not there. Those are not good mistakes to make. Obviously, uh, it just kind of indicative of just how North Texas's offense hasn't been as good as they were last season. I think a lot of that is losing Umoja Gibson, the shooter. Right, he went on to Oklahoma, and he's getting buckets over there. See, and if you're watching this Southern Miss game, there's just a lot of uh, just I would say just like reacting on offense and not in the good way, right? When they run their sets, a lot of it's like what I should be doing something, and so I'm gonna do something with a lot of movement, but it's not necessarily the right thing, and so you have guys like running into each other and things, but they make up for it with effort. I like that, like that's why I said I like Southern Miss. Everybody seems long and athletic on that squad, and so if you like organize it in the way that in a way good coaches can, you can turn a mediocre team into a really good team, and so I think they're very intriguing in that sense. But again, they're just not ready for the thing. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy them. If you're a U.S. Southern Miss fan, you can see that development. I'm big on enjoying that kind of thing, right? If you're watching what am I saying? Your team, and I think part of the drama, part of the fun, is watching them develop into, the team that they can be, that kind of thing. I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of like, hey, we're not going to win anything. Let's not watch this team, or let's trade everybody, which you often hear like in the NBA or something like that. Um, or like if you're a football fan, it's like, all right, we're not winning the title. Let's fire the head coach. I was not the biggest fan of what Marshall did with Doc Holliday, and that's not to say that they weren't stuck in a mediocre spot. And you can say, all right, we got to get better. We need improvement along these areas. I can get that. I wrote about that. Um, I I think the big issue is that you don't have a plan after that, right? It's like, all right, we just know it's not Doc, but we don't know who's the next guy's going to be, and we don't know if he's definitely going to be better. That's not how you win championships, right? You need to have a plan. It's like when you plan offensively for in football, right? You have some plays that you think will work. So you're like, you know what? We came into this one, we thought we'd get these looks, and so we know when we get this look, we can run against it. So let's call our running plays. And if that's not work, we're gonna go to these other ones. But like Marshall's out here saying, yeah, we know Doc's not gonna work, and I don't know, somebody put out an ad or something. Somebody called a newspaper. Let's put it classified. That's not gonna work for you, right? I don't agree with that. All right. Anyway, Tech and UTSA are about to start again, and we're watching Middle Tennessee and Southern Miss right now. Um, I gotta say, there's not anything super interesting about this game. It's a basketball game. It's good. It's fun. Enjoy it. But what is it? 20-17. A lot of missed shots back and forth. It's kind of up and down. Again, most of the good that I've seen has been by Southern Miss, and I think they should win this game. I want to say handily, but without too much issue. So YouTube keeps telling me that the bit rate is slowing down, so that's distracting me. It's like, hey, your bit rate's slowing down. It's just 2 kbps, a little slower than it should be. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I see people keep dipping in and out of the stream. If you're just joining or something like that. Again, the plan is that we're just watching these games together. I don't know how fun it will be to watch these games. I'm not going to give you play by play, and I'm not going to be your your easy connect to ESPN Plus. So if you're doing like I'm doing and you have these games on, all of them, this might be cool for you to listen as you do the same thing. If not, then I might be distracting as like you're watching Sully Boom drive to the bucket, pull up jump shot, and then I'm over here talking about what a good screen that was by Kenneth Lofton or something. You know what I mean? So I do apologize if this is not exactly what you expect it to be. We I had this idea of doing it like last week. I'm like, let's try it. Let's see what's up. What we might do next time is get friends of the show on, see what they want, if they want to come talk some basketball too. But like I said, we'll see. We might do this again on Saturday and Sunday. Uh, the better games, right? UAB, Charlotte, and West Kentucky, Marshall were on earlier, and those would have been fun to do. But like I said, I was finishing up a lot of work. Super busy day for me. So super busy week for me. I put in like 60 hours this week. So I couldn't really do that then, right? Wouldn't have been too good to be in status call, be like, hey guys, I'm gonna do a live stream right now where we're talking about what's left outstanding on this project. So that's why we're doing it for these games. North Texas is up 12-7 as I see it right now. Southern Miss up 20-17 over there in that one. I don't know Mountain Time that well. There's been a couple times where uh, I have a friend or something like that calling me up from Mountain Time, or like a recruiter or something like that. That often happens. And then they're like, "Yeah, I'll call you up at 3 Mountain Time." I'm like, I gotta go Google that. I don't know what time that is. And that always happens when I get like an email from like a UTEP, you know, communications person. They'll use the Mountain Time, and I have no idea what time it is. It's like an alternate universe. Nice bucket from is that JJ Murray, North Texas guy, cutting into the paint. So like I said, I'm more focused on this North Texas UTEP game because there's just so much talent. I like Boom. I like Bienemy. I like Bryson Williams on UTEP. North Texas has obviously Javion Hamlet. I like Zach Simmons' game. He's a good post player. You heard me hype up Andrew Gordon. Zach Simmons is right there. With him. He just scores a nice little bucket right there. Just easy pass inside, turn, scores with the left hand. That kind of stuff is invaluable. There's a lot of big men out here that don't that can't do that kind of thing. Um, you know, so it's fun to watch that kind of stuff. 2 seconds, guys. Let me DM somebody. Sorry, I'm over here DMing peoples. All right, so Tech and UTSA have restarted. Southern Miss, Middle Tennessee, still going. North Texas, UTEP, early first, getting to the 8-minute mark in that game. Um, so as this Tech game starts out and we figure out what's gonna happen here, like I said, I think my money, I don't have any money on this game, but my money's on Tech winning this one just because of their superior team. I think it's just a better team from top to bottom. But you watch Javon Jackson get another jumper from the top of the key. That's the kind of thing that dude can do. He did it last week. I don't know if you guys saw that UTSA North Texas game. Um, he can pull up from anywhere. He can score from anywhere. And, like, you don't want to play a team that has a guy that can score from anywhere, right? Because if you need a stop, how are you gonna get it, right? You cannot guarantee that you can stop him because he can score from anywhere. I think by definition. In the same way, I've written about like UAB being tough to stop, being talking about football because of the run game, right? Because like if they get a little lead and you absolutely need a stop from them in short yardage or something like that, it ain't happening, right? So you need to get up early. You need to do your work early. As we see Javon Jackson just pull up from deep. 38-38 in this one. Saw Crawford pull up for three. Javon Jackson pull up for another three. Just trading them right here. Turnover, Louisiana Tech. Meanwhile, oh, nice move. What is this guy's name for Southern Miss? I forget, number 34. Nice left hand. Got into the lane. Scores with the left hand. I forget his name. It was good stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of dudes on Southern Miss I like. Just talented. I do appreciate all the accents across the league. Conference USA basketball. So, a couple of bad plays by Tech right now. A lot of unforced turnovers. I said this earlier. Right? My thinking, they played such a crisp first 5-10 minutes. I think they had it too easy and started getting into an idea that they can score anytime they want, and that leads to sloppy play, and that falls right into UTSA's hands because they like an up and down game. Uh, they want you to chuck it early. They don't want you to run your offense. But if you're getting the first shot every time, then you stop executing. So we saw some good execution from Tech earlier. I liked it. As I'm watching, both these other games are in commercial, so we're looking at UTSA, Louisiana Tech right here. It's 40-38. Early second half. How much does Javon Jackson have so far? Let me open up that game cast. I'll say he has at least like 10, 15. Yeah, both of them. Wallace Jackson, 12 points so far. And he's about to shoot a free throw. Did he miss that? I think he missed it. I looked away. Uh, for Tech, balance scoring. Isaiah Crawford out here with 8. Kenny Lofton 3, but I think he has about the same number of turnovers, right? North Texas come back from commercial over here. So kind of that was weird. See, UTEP they throw it inside. The guy's like looking around for a pass. And when I was praising Andrew Gordon for Louisiana Tech and then Zach Simmons for North Texas, those are the things I appreciate about a big man. I don't like a dude that you throw the ball into him and he's immediately looking to pass. Like, be a weapon, be a threat, do something with it. It turned out UTEP came out of that whole thing with a bucket. But the guy was not looking to do anything but pass. He didn't even want the ball. Not really my favorite kind of player. UTEP's Jamal Bianami, again, he's a baller. He can get into the lane and do whatever he wants. Here's number one again, looking to pass for UTEP. Again, why even guard that guy? He don't want it. And then, see, he got it inside. He immediately looked to pass. Number two for UTEP turns the ball over because he travels. What's his name? Agnew. So that's old school basketball. My coach used to teach me how to do that. Pump fake. He used to say baby step into the lane. Get a long two. That's definitely not what they teach you now. Now it's pump fake, step to the side, get an open three. And a foul on Thomas Bell. Was it Thomas Bell? They called the foul on? He's good. Thomas Bell. But North Texas has been inefficient in execution. Again, if you're just tuning in or just following along, I think a lot of that has to do with Umoja Gibson being out. I wrote this week that he has like a hairpin trigger. You get him the ball wherever, he would let it fly. To the good and bad, right? Sometimes it was the time to do that, and other times it wasn't. But you need a guy that's willing to shoot, right? Because that brings dynamism to your offense. If not, then you look like Tech late in the game, the way they did against Western Kentucky, where a lot of guys are running offense, but nobody wants to shoot, right? Running around catching the ball. You gotta remember the point of the point of the possession is to put the ball in the basket, not to just set a great screen. You know what I mean? So I'm looking up. I see Andrew Gordon has an offensive foul on Germany for UTSA, and Southern Miss is pulling away. To be honest, I'm not really paying attention to that one over there. Like I said, a little sloppy basketball in that Southern Miss game, that Middle Tennessee game. Ooh, nice give and go though. Easy bucket. No defense from Middle Tennessee over here. It was a little give and go. I love that. It's good early offense, right? We've seen Tech do that, where they have the horn set up, where the two bigs set up for screens at the basically like free throw line. Tech either uses that screen and has a big man roll, or they throw it and then cut for easy bucket. Right? We saw Kenneth Lofton do that. Andrew Gordon does that too. He's a good passer. Uh, Southern Miss did a version of that, but they just throw it to the wing, and then the guy does a little UCLA cut right into the lane. And I mean that's the first thing they teach you, right? Basketball, right? Point guard, make the pass, cut, look for the ball. Everybody, the most dangerous man after a pass is the guy that threw the pass, no matter where he is on the court, because the defender thinks his job is done. Usually, it's like, oh, I'm done. The guy gave up the ball. I don't have to do anything anymore. UTEP running a little loop play over here. That's I think that's right out of the Spurs playbook, San Antonio Spurs playbook. All right, I'm gonna take a little break here because I think I've been talking for like an hour. So let me pause right quick, and we'll be back on, say, in about 10 minutes.